St. Augustine dominates Catholic faith and the doctrine. He was the Bishop of Hippo, Africa. As the bishop in his house, usually the traditional bishop's residence has a big dining hall for all the Presbyterian, the priests, to gather. It seems that there was a wordings, sentence written high on the roof to be seen by everyone. If you speak ill of others, you are not welcome here. If you speak ill of others, you are not welcome here. Those are the words which demonstrated in the dining hall of the bishop's house of St. Augustine. Christianity is not a private religion. It is a communitarian religion. The church, it's the origin, the etymology of the word church comes from the Greek word ekklesia. Ekklesia means the community, the people. Of course, we know when there is a community, a gathering of people, there are differences. Differences in thinking, differences in their interests, different mentalities, different approaches, different temperaments, different interests. It is something normal in a community. Well, just think of our own families. There are agreements, disagreements, arguments, but still, it is our family. So is a church. We depend on others and we become interdependent on one another. So, today's readings speak to us the social dimension of one aspect of Christian living. Namely, when there is an erring person in the community, of course, the first reading says, it is a duty of the prophet to tell the people the truth. The truth is not always welcomed. It is at times hard and harsh to accept, but it is the truth. But the prophet is expected to bring the truth to the people. So, the truth has to be brought according to the second reading. It has to be brought in love. So when there is an erring person in the community, Jesus invites the people, first of all, to approach that person personally. It goes more in line with today's mentality, to respect the privacy of the person. It is a person-to-person relationship. Then, if the erring person would not listen to that individual advice, then they are asked to approach this person with 2 or 3 people. Well, in the second stage, it becomes little legalistic. 2 or 3 are invited to approach the person to have a legal value, to make sure that certain concrete actions have been taken for this person, if not against this person. Then the third approach, even when this person would not listen to the 2 or 3, then Jesus invites this case to be taken to the church, ecclesia, to the community. If the person becomes still stubborn, would not be ready to correct himself or herself, then it is strange to hear these words from Jesus in the Matthew's Gospel. It says to treat that person as a Gentile or a tax collector. When all these human efforts fail, there is still something. We find in the Gospels how Jesus was handling the Gentiles, how he was treating the tax collectors. Matthew, who writes this Gospel, himself was a tax collector. Then Zacchaeus was a tax collector. Jesus had many Gentile friends. In fact, his own tomb was given to him by a Gentile. So, it doesn't mean that this person, erring person, should not be totally disowned, even when all these three aspects are not adhered to. Still, we cannot give up hope on this person because it is a family. That is what happens in our families. We would be hurt, we would be angry, there will be a lot of arguments. Perhaps for a certain period of time we will not even talk to our children or to the parents or to the siblings, but still we get back. It is with that spirit that we are to treat the erring persons in the community. So when all these human efforts fail, we are to get into the other dimension, that is to leave everything in the hand of God by praying for this person. This gospel or the readings looks very simple. It begins with the humble situation in our family, and this same argument could be brought into the larger arena of the arguments of our news channels. We cannot give up on any person. We have to treat them with love, as St. Paul says. So there are three things that we are reminded to do during this week. To promote the community. To have the concern. It is about 3 C's: community, concern, and companionship. Religion today does not take a high priority in the lives of so many people, but from the small act, the personal act, to the great deeper level of the politics, the world politics even, this same argument could be applied. Jesus' words are powerful. Those are alive. It speaks to us, to the situations we are passing through right now in the world.